Good morning, guys.
Good
Uh,
morning.
let's start. Others might join later on, or else we will wait for 2 more minutes. In the meanwhile, if you have any questions, random questions, okay, before we start, we jump into the basics of our operating systems, okay. As I told you in the starting session, we will start with the Linux, guys. Okay, Linux operating system, and what are the basics of it, and we will take 3 to 4 sessions of the Linux because I have seen in the previous sessions there are some of them are students, some of them are which they doesn't have the basics of Linux. That's why we start with the basics of Linux. And because as I told you in the demo session, like if you have the Linux knowledge, then almost your 10% of the cloud is you have started already. Okay, you are already in the path of the cloud and you have already started it. Okay, if you are not have an idea about Linux operating system, how you have to use it and etc., then we will do it in these 3 to 4 sessions, and then we will go to the cloud. Okay, before going to that, let's wait for 1 more minute exactly. In the meanwhile, if anyone has any random questions, please open.
Um, Shiva, I just need small information.
Yeah, tell me, Raj.
Like, what's the main difference between like Azure and AWS? Why? Because DevOps with both we can do it, right?
Yes, yes,
Then
yeah.
why? What major role will differentiate with Azure and AWS?
Okay. Let me put you the examples and everything. See, cloud, there are which we call, like you mentioned about two cloud providers. Okay, we call them as cloud providers. Okay, AWS is a one cloud provider and Azure is a one cloud provider. Okay, whenever we are using the word cloud provider, in the sense we are renting their services. Okay, we are renting their services. It's just like, for suppose you are renting a home. Okay, renting a what is a studio apartment or something. Okay, how much the best services the what is it the builder or the developer giving to you. Okay, based on that only you will buy or rent those services. Okay, for suppose if you are searching for a studio apartment, and you will check out the services like whether I have a gym or my playground or some nearby schools are available, everything. Okay, these in the same way you have other developers also, you might be getting over the same benefits but in a different way. Okay, they might be having the little bit of less space or a bigger space, etc., etc. Here also the cloud services. Okay, I'm not saying like Azure is low, AWS is high, nothing like that, but the services both cloud providers are providing it. Okay, the same services, but the interfaces and the usage preference. Okay, as the company wise. Okay, it's not about your single like you are not an individual thing, or it's not about you and me. It's not about the individual person how we are using those cloud services. Okay, individual cloud services cost not even less than 5% of their cloud providing. Okay, 95% is based on the company's business. Okay, I will tell you the difference between the business account and the individual account when we jump into the cloud. Okay, but here I want to tell you is like the business is coming, 95% business is coming from the companies. Okay, business accounts. Okay, now everything is about business management perspective. Okay, if you are providing the services, how much you are providing it, how much you are charging it. Okay, are we giving the best services? Okay, for suppose just imagine you have a bank account in one of the private bank like HDFC, and you have another bank account in ICIC. Okay, how much the best services they are giving to you. Okay, if you have a credit card, what are the best services the credit card giving to you. Okay, everything about the services, how they are providing you, how they are responding you. Okay, if you see that you have the best service of bank, everything is there, but when you have the issue, okay, when you really want to transfer some money and you are not able to do it, and if you call the customer support, then they are not properly answering, or they are not properly giving you the response, then you will feel bad, right? Okay, I mean, I'm keeping my so much of amount in my that account, and still I'm not able to transfer anything, and still not able to use those services, okay, like internet banking, anything. You feel bad, right? In the same way, each cloud provider has their own disadvantages and advantages. Okay, but the services they are providing will be the same across all the platforms. Okay. And when it comes to the DevOps, okay, I don't want to push everything with the high definitions right now, but I will say that DevOps is like a automation process. Okay. Where if uh, where I will tell you an example, like you have a robo at home. Okay. Every day you want to give a interest. Sorry, first of all, you have to give a instructions to the robo saying that, hey robo, wake me up at 5 o'clock. Okay, and get me coffee at 5:30. Get me a juice at 6 o'clock. 6:30 breakfast. Okay, you will schedule that robo saying that these are my things. Okay, and you have to give the set of instructions also saying that you have to do this sign this set of instructions on Monday to Friday. Okay. And on weekends, don't disturb me until 9 o'clock of the day. Okay. These kind of instructions you have to give to the robo in such a way that you don't need to do it on yourself, or you don't need to say to your siblings or parents, wake me up at 5 o'clock, wake me at 5:30, something like that. Okay. If you set a automation process, okay, without a human being involvement, okay, here in place of robo, I'm telling like a tools. Okay, in real time we are using some tools, okay, in such a way that our process will be smooth. Okay, most of the what is a persons have a myth saying that if the DevOps engineer doing the process automation process in the further future line, will DevOps engineer will not be needed? The answer is no, guys. Okay, you are making the engineers work, making smooth process. Okay, that's it. You are not making in such a way that if you make an automation process, there is no need of DevOps engineer at all in the next 5 years or 4 years. That is totally a myth. Okay, once you get into the DevOps real time, then you will have an idea. Okay, why? Because there are so much of upgrades, there are so much of update versions we have to maintain it. Okay, so much of automation process we have to maintain it. That's why the DevOps engineer, okay, will use those tools to make your process smooth. That's it. Okay, it doesn't mean that that myth is like if you automate the process, okay, you doesn't need a DevOps engineer. Okay, you can see a lot of LinkedIn articles based on this only. Okay, I don't want to go in depth, okay, but we will see every time whenever we need those in the further sessions. Now you understood, Raj, what you like. You have your doubt clear.
Yeah, yes, yes, okay.
Okay, perfect. Any others? Anything? Uh, or we will rightly jump into the session. Okay.
I don't have any questions, sir.
Okay, perfect. Let's jump into that. Let me share my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen or not. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Now, as I told you before, I will be providing you the notes. Please don't write down anything. Please don't use pen and paper. Okay, if you want to use pen and paper, you can use it while you are reviewing the recording again. Okay, but presently just concentrate on the session. Ask many doubts as you can. And I have told you, but repeating again, please ask the questions whenever you have it, like in the middle of the session only. Don't wait until the end of the session. Okay, because if you have the doubt in your mind, you will not be able to concentrate on the continuous of the session. Okay, please clear out that doubt. Okay, then if you don't understand that what I am trying to say, I will give you another example. Okay, in this 13 years of experience, I have like for one concept, I have like multiple examples. Okay, if you doesn't have one, if you doesn't understand one example, I can give you one more. Okay, if you don't understand the second one, I can give you third one. Okay, what I want to give you the best is like until you understand, I can keep on giving more and more examples in such a way that you will understand it. Okay. And if you understand by the sixth example, at least you should be able to understand the previous five examples also. Okay. When you understand the sixth one, that is the main agenda in my sessions. Okay. Now, we will just see today Linux. Okay, as I told you, Linux. We'll start with the Linux and we'll go a little bit practical of the Linux. Start with it according to our time sessions. Okay, perfect. Now, Linux operating system. Okay. it is just like our Windows operating system. Okay, most of us like might be using Windows. Okay, some of us might be using Mac OS. Okay, which is related to the Apple. Okay, now we have different operating systems. Okay, and why we are learning Linux operating system, first of all. Okay, so many have the questions the same thing. First of all, why Linux operating system? Why not Mac or why not Windows? Okay, 70% of the cloud applications, okay, are in Linux operating system. Okay, 70% of the cloud applications are in Linux operating system. Okay, one second. How many of you have the Linux knowledge previously, or how many of you are using Mac OS?
I have been using Windows machine, sir, but I just got switched to Mac.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rama.
I've been using Linux for quite some time. I'm an applications DBA, so
Oh,
I know a
okay.
bit of Linux commands. Yeah,
Okay, perfect. You are working on the Postgres or MySQL?
I'm working on Oracle Apps DBA.
Okay. Okay, what it does, like, can you like I never. Okay, we'll check it out later on.
I'm an Oracle applications DBA. Unlike Oracle Core DBA, I'm an application support DBA.
Application support DPA. Okay, okay.
Correct.
Thank you.
Oracle
Yeah.
EBS support.
Okay, great. Okay, then we have some of them having already have the knowledge, and some of them doesn't. But it's okay. If you have the knowledge of the Linux, then it will be just a recap for you. Okay, and we'll go a little bit of basics for a couple of sessions. Okay, then we will directly jump into the cloud. Okay, because this is essential for us. Okay, I cannot skip this part. Okay, now perfect. Okay, 70% of the cloud applications are Linux operating system. Okay, why I kept only 70%? Why not 30%? In the sense, some of the applications which are enabled only in the Windows operating system. Okay, I have seen some of the exactly the databases only. I have seen some of them are only uh, enabled in the Windows operating system. I have seen some of the SSO applications. Some of the SSO applications are based on the Windows operating system. That's why I kept 70% as the Linux and 30% like other operating systems are which are used in the cloud applications. Okay. Now, another things why we have to why most of the people are selecting. Okay, I mentioned about the 70%. Okay, why we have to why the applications are selecting 70% percentage of the Linux. Okay, the first thing is security level. Okay, the first thing is security level. Okay, security level is the highest. Okay, where you have the Linux operating system has more amount of inbuilt firewalls. Okay, rather than the Windows operating system. Windows operating system is actually most used operating system in the world, but still, okay, it is have the what is a less protective. Okay, it is less protective. Okay, if you are really intermediate hacking knowledge person, also you can easily hack a Windows operating system. But if you want to hack a Linux operating system, okay, then you have to have a little bit of more knowledge. Okay, it doesn't mean that Linux cannot be hacked. It can be hacked, but it need more amount of knowledge, on it need more amount of higher level of expertise. Okay, but the security level is much more higher than the Windows operating system. Okay, that's why on top of the operating system security level, okay, there will be cloud security also. That's why it is very hard. Okay, the percentage of the application getting hacked on the cloud with the level of operating system of Linux, it will be like some 4% or 3%. Okay, that's why the security level is more preferred than the other option. The second one is user interface, guys. Okay, user interface. Okay, now how much comfortable the Linux operating system is. Like nowadays I have seen like you might also see in your day-to-day life, I have seen one of the what do you say, um, the supermarkets. Okay, I have seen one of the supermarket is using the Linux operating system. I have asked them like are you familiar with the Linux operating system, how you are working on. He was saying that yes, based on some of the applications, the tally applications he is using for his shop. Okay, it is in based on the Linux. That's why he's installed Linux operating system, and he is not educated yet, but he knows how to operate the Linux operating system. It became very in depth to the market. Okay, it is so using other applications like tallies and other applications in your day-to-day life. Okay, user interface, I am saying like in such a way that if you give some time to a college student or a school student also, he will be able to learn the Linux operating system. Okay, you have to give some time and you have to learn a few things. Okay, then only he will be able to easily access the Linux operating system. User interface is also very thing. And the second one is like why we have to learn. Okay, why we have to learn is like already I mentioned, like 70% of the cloud applications are in Linux. Okay, if you want to get familiar with those applications as a DevOps engineer and the cloud engineer, okay, you should know how to be familiar with these applications. Okay, then you will be able to understand them and work on them. Okay, again, I'm trying to repeat it few things to burst your bubbles or any FAQs you have. Okay, whenever I say application, it doesn't mean that you have to write the code or you have to think. Always the cloud engineer and the DevOps engineer is like the developers writing the code. Okay, you are doing the deployments. Okay, a word the deployment, I will give you the definition later on, but for now you just have an idea saying that some person is writing the code, I am running the code wherever I want. Okay, in your mind you can keep like that. Okay, later on we will go with this, what is deployment, what is deliveries. Okay, everything in the further sessions. Okay, now, the next, which you can say is like interface. Whenever I say the word interface, okay, um, most of you have an idea already. If you don't have an idea, we have like um, two interfaces. Okay, one is GUI. Okay, another one is CLI. Okay, our Windows operating system also have the same two interfaces, guys. Okay, now this GUI considered as graphical user interface. Okay, graphical user interface. Okay, this CLI is considered as command line interface. Okay, our day-to-day Windows operating system also have this two interfaces, guys. Okay, we mostly use the graphical user interface, which you are seeing right now. If I open this Windows, okay, you are able to see the icons, right? You are able to see the Edge icon. You are able to see the Word, Excel, PowerPoint. You are able to see the icons. Okay, if you are able to see the icons, it means like you are able to see the graphicals. Okay, graphical user interface, that's why it is called as a GUI. Okay, and when it comes to the CLI, it is a command line interface, guys. Okay, the command line interface, in the sense you have to use it through the commands. Our Windows also has that command line interface. We never most of you might have used it or might not have used it. Okay, which is called as a command prompt. You can see here the command prompt. If you enter CMD, you will be able to see the command prompt. And if you open this command prompt, you will be able to see the command line interface. From here only, I can able to access my files and everything else. Okay, how I'm able to access from here. Okay, how I'm able to access from here. If I want to go to the downloads, I will be able to go to the downloads. And if I want to go to downloads here, I can go downloads here. But I have to run the commands. Okay, I have to run the few commands. Okay, few set of instructions. Okay, command is none other than a few set of instructions where I have to run it. Okay, once I run it, then I will be able to get my answer. Okay, here I don't need to run any set of instructions. I just need to click on, because here everything is through the my cursor or mouse. Okay, everything is over here and I will be able to access everything. Okay, if I want to go to the Python, I will be able to go to the Python. If I want to go to the this policy list, okay, I can go here. Okay, I can keep on going to whenever, anywhere. If I want to go to security, I can go to the security, etc. Okay, here also the same way, with the help of the few commands, I can go anywhere, wherever I want. I can open it whatever I want. Okay, these are the two set of interfaces, guys. Okay, one is the graphical user interface, another one is the command line interface. Okay, now here one more thing, statement I have to give it here. If you download the GUI, okay, it will be available of both, sorry, available of both GUI and CLI. Okay, it will be available of both GUI and CLI, guys. Okay, if you download the GUI interface. Okay, why I'm telling this, because in the Linux operating system, when we are trying to install the operating system, okay, it has an option, okay, in the cloud, especially in the cloud. Okay, let me write it down that. Okay, when it comes to the cloud, there is no graphical user interface. Okay, you will be working on the only command line interface. Okay, command line interface. Okay, in the cloud, guys, okay, you will not have graphical user interface. Okay, you will have only CLI. Okay, everything you have to do it with the commands. That's why we started Linux with the basics. Okay, because whenever you are running the few applications, whenever you are trying to uh, build the applications, at that time you have to go with the command line interface. Okay, that's why we started with the command line interface, and we will be checking out all the command line interface commands. Okay, we will be checking out all the commands which are needed for our day-to-day usage. Okay, now, but for the practice purpose, until yet I didn't teach you how to create a system. Okay, you can call anything. Presently I don't want to use big words for you now. Okay, but you might have listened of words called as virtual machines, servers. Okay, we'll go these definitions also, please. Okay, don't worry about it. But if yet we didn't enter into the cloud, okay, I don't want to what do you say, make it happenable for this install all these things. Okay, for now you can either two things. Okay, I suggest you, if you want, I can give you sorry, I suggest two options. Okay, it's based on your preference, you can use it. Okay, either you can install the Linux operating system, okay, in the VMware. Okay, first you have to download the VMware, and then you have to download the Linux operating system, okay, disk, okay, Linux operating system disk, and then you have to run it. Okay, if anybody wants to do that process, I will be available after the session. Okay, today or tomorrow. In your system, you can download it and you can run it in that virtual machine. Okay, but the simple easy process which I want to tell you, rather than downloading, and because some of you might have not personal systems, some of you might have company systems or anything. Okay, I'm not sure how your situation is. Okay, there are online systems which are available here. One is CoCalc, okay, or else another one which is SageMath also. Okay, but I suggest CoCalc. Okay, which because I have used it, I'm using it not day-to-day basis, but mostly some of times I will use it. Okay, you can create an account in the CoCalc. Okay, this is free. Okay, you don't need to pay anything. Okay, you can create it, and then it will give you the Linux interface. Okay, Linux interface it will give you at that time. Then you will be able to um, then you will be able to practice these sessions. Okay, whatever I'm teaching you right now, like for 3 to 4 sessions. Okay, um, based on the speed and how much you are picking up. Okay, and when you are practicing it, either you can install the Linux operating system in your system, otherwise you can just pick it up in the CoCalc. Okay, now both are your choice. Okay, if you want to install it, please let me know by end of the session tomorrow. I will sit with you and I can install you for that. Okay, now the next here I want to pick it up next is okay, user management. Okay, not user management, user data. Okay, now by default, okay, by default the Linux operating system, okay, the by default Linux operating system, okay, will have two users. Okay, we'll have two users. Okay, I don't know how many are 90s kids. Okay, I don't know how many you have used the desktops. Okay, if you are 90s kid, I'm sure you didn't directly use the laptop. You might have used the desktop. Okay, I'm just sharing my experience. Then at that time, you will understand why I'm telling this. Okay. Now, I'm a 90s kid. Okay. I have a sibling. Okay. Uh, we have a system. Okay. We have a desktop when we were kids. Okay. And at that time, when we switched on, okay, we created our own users. Okay. Because we don't want to fight in between each other. Okay. We don't want to fight. The parents doesn't want to fight us. And they have created two users. Okay, one is my name Shiva, another name is my sibling name. Okay, in that way we will not be having the privacy. Okay, we will not be using the other people data, or will not be checking out the other people data. I can store my photos, I can store my games, etc, etc. I can use it, and my sibling also can do the same. Okay, we have created, sorry, my parents have created two different users, guys. Okay, how they have created, firstly they by just installing the operating system, they doesn't have two users by default. Okay, they have only one user. Okay, the Windows at that time I was using Windows XP, if I'm not wrong. Windows XP, I have used Windows XP, Windows Vista, Windows 7. Okay, everything I have used. Okay, now what I'm trying to say is, whenever you install that Windows operating system at that time, we used to have only one user, which is called as an admin user. Okay, and then later on, my parents has installed created two more users. Okay, sorry, yeah, two more users. One is my Shiva user, another one is my sibling user. Okay, now we used to create different users for the same system. Okay, we used to create different users for the same system. It means like we are using the same CPU. Okay, we are using the same CPU at that time. I think so 1 GB is the CPU. Okay, 1 GB, maybe less than 1 GB. Okay, and the hard disk also the same thing. Like we used to have some 20 GB or 30 GB hard disk. Okay, nowadays our mobile phone is more having more than that. Okay, nowadays our mobile phone is having 1 TB, 256 GB. Starting is only 256 GB. Okay, now all these things, why I'm telling this in the sense, now whenever you start the working on the Linux operating system, when you install it, okay, there will be two users already created in the Linux operating system, guys. Okay, one is the user which is called as a root user. Okay, one is the user which is called as a root user. Okay, uh, or else we can call it as a super user. Okay, or else we can call it as a pseudo user. Okay, pseudo user. Okay, anything. Okay, you can call either super user, you can call root user, or else you can call pseudo user. Okay, all these are the same names. Okay, if you can call anything, the same meaning. Okay, now, or else you can call owner of the operating system. I can call this also. Okay, but not preferably in the um, industry. Okay, let me not write it down. Okay, now these are the three users you can call anything. Okay, in your day-to-day calls or anywhere. Okay, the root user, super user, and pseudo user. Okay, now the second user, which is called as a distribution user. Okay, distribution user. Now what is this distribution user? And there is a lot of meaning. Okay, background discussion needs to be done in the word called as distribution, guys. Okay, the word distribution. Okay, now just before 2 minutes before, I was telling about the multiple versions of the Windows. Okay, I was telling about Windows XP, Windows 7, Windows Vista, etc., etc., Windows 10, Windows 9, etc. Okay, all these are the versions of the Windows operating system. Okay, the Linux operating system doesn't have any versions, guys. Okay, first of all, the Linux operating system is not created by any company or something. It is an organization committee. Okay, it is an organization community, guys. Okay, Linux organization committee. Okay, Linux organization committee. Okay, it's not created by any single user or anything. Okay, it is a committee. Okay, group of people. Okay, it is a group of people. Okay, Linux organization committee. Now in this Linux operating system, okay, there are multiple distributions, guys. Okay, there are multiple distributions. Okay, we cannot call it as a versions. We cannot call it as a, because versions is the sub part of the distribution. Okay, versions is the sub part of the distribution. Okay, now in this Linux distributions, okay, Okay, you might have heard about a few names, which is called as a Red Hat, okay, which is called as a Ubuntu, okay, which is called as a Amazon Linux. Okay, I can keep on writing. Okay, Amazon Linux. Okay, why I'm writing these three in the sets? Based on these three only, we will be learning, like we'll be exploring more and more distributions. Okay, one more thing, whenever I'm taking the interviews, okay, like in my interview day to day, at least I will take the interviews, 4 interviews in a week, guys. Okay, now in the interview, I'm in the past 8 years I'm taking in the interview panel. Now in the interviews, okay, whenever any person says that I have an experience, okay, on red hat uh, Red Hat operating system. Okay, Red Hat operating system. Then immediately I will reject him, guys. Okay, Red Hat is not an operating system. Okay, Ubuntu is not an operating system. Okay, he has to say, okay, for suppose if he's a fresher, okay, I will give him an exemption because he doesn't have an idea how to call the names. He knows what it is, but he doesn't know how to call it. Okay, but if he's an experienced person, okay, I will be immediately rejecting him, guys. Okay, and moreover, not only me, you can ask any person who is in the interview panel, or yourself if you are in an interview panel. Most of the time what I will be doing is like the introduction itself, I will decide whether the person I have to take him or not. Okay, how the best introduction you are giving to him, like I should be attracted to your introduction. Okay, then I have to ask questions to you. Okay, I should get to know whether how you are doing the problem solving, how you are trying to do it, etc. Okay, if you give the best introduction, okay, almost you're if I am in the interview panel, almost you are a 50% selected. Okay, then whether you are giving for suppose if you have not given the best answers or in the next 50% also, it's okay, I will be trying that. Okay, I can train you. Okay, like that. Now if anyone says that I'm using the Red Hat operating system, okay, or Ubuntu operating system, immediately I will reject him. These are not operating systems, guys. These are the distributions under the Linux operating system. Okay, these are the distributions under the Linux operating system. Okay, you should say that I'm using the Red Hat distribution. Okay, I'm using the Ubuntu distribution. Or else, if you want to use the operating system itself, you have to use the word called as Red Hat Linux operating system. You have to use the word called as Ubuntu Linux operating system. Okay, without Linux you cannot use the operating system. Okay, you cannot combine, you cannot just pop it out Linux and you can say that Ubuntu operating system. You cannot pop out that word. Okay, you have to keep that word Ubuntu Linux operating system, and either you have to keep Ubuntu distribution or Red Hat distribution or Amazon Linux distribution. Okay, these are the distributions. Under distributions there will be versions, guys. Okay, Red Hat has 8, Red Hat has 9, the new one is 9. Okay, and Ubuntu has 24, 20, 22, 24. Okay, these are the version numbers. Okay, 22, 24, etc. Okay, these are the version numbers. Okay, distribution is different. Okay, version is different. Okay, under the under the Linux operating system, these are the distributions. Okay, under the distributions there will be the versions of their own distributions. Okay, now let's come back to the thing which we were discussing over here. Okay, we were discussing about the two users. Okay, one will be the root user, which is common. Okay, which is common across all distributions. Okay, which is across all distributions. Okay, distribution user is the individual user. Okay, individual user will be keep on changing. Okay, based on the distribution. Okay, based on the distribution. Okay, now if it is users, okay, user names. Okay, now Red Hat. Okay, Red Hat as a username of okay, username equal to ec2-user. I will tell you what is this ec2 and everything. That username, guys. Okay, here I told you already the username will be let me write it down here. Root user username. Okay, username will be root only. Okay, the username will be root. Okay, the root user username will be root, and the distribution users Red Hat will be using the ec2 user, and Ubuntu will be using the username of Ubuntu. Okay, username of Ubuntu. Okay, like that. And there is another called as what do you say, SUSE Linux, okay, which is also one of the top Linux distribution. Okay, and this is username has SUSE. Okay, the username has SUSE Linux. Okay, like this. Okay, these are all the usernames. Whenever we are practicing it, you will have an idea about these usernames and etc. Okay, now presently, just I'm giving you these particular examples. Okay, now you might have a question like saying that, okay, how many distributions might be there in the Linux operating system? Okay, how I have to find out the differentiation? Okay, you just type Linux distro, okay, which is called which will open the distro watch. Okay, there is a website called as distro watch. Yeah, here you can see this is the distro watch case. Okay, this is the Linux. I cannot say the official one, but still it is the official Linux operating system. Sorry, Linux operating system distributions data. Okay, which is called as distrowatch.com. If you click on it, okay, then you can see here type of distribution, select distributions and everything. Okay, you can just drop down this box. You will be able to see all the distributions. Okay, you will be able to see all the distributions which are presently released in the market. Okay, which are released in the market and etc. Okay, now here if you see there are so many. Okay, now one thing I want to just give you a heads up is like why these are so many. Okay, and another question which I got from one of the student is like, can I create my own distribution? Okay, uh, here why these are many in the sense I have to first answer you the second question. Can I create one of the can I create my own distribution? The answer is yes, and the answer second replies to the first answer. Why are these so many in the sense so many people has created so many distributions on their own and released into the market. Okay, this SUSE Linux which I'm talking about, SUSE Linux which I'm talking about is created by our not SUSE Linux, this Parrot OS. Okay, sorry, this Parrot OS. There is a operating system. Sorry, there is a distribution called as Parrot OS. Guys. Okay, let me find it out for you. Parrot yeah, you can see Parrot OS. Okay, now this Parrot OS is created by our IIT graduates. Okay, very long time. What they have done is like they have created this Parrot Linux operating system. Okay, on their in their DOM, saying that okay, let's try it out, create our own distribution by taking all the best features in other distributions. Okay, already there are few distributions released in the market like Ubuntu, Red Hat, Debian, okay, SUSE Linux, multiple topmost operating system which are already used in the market. Okay, but they have collected the data, okay, from the reviews. Okay, these students, okay, graduates, they have collected the data from the reviews saying that each distribution has the best feature. Okay, maybe Ubuntu has the best feature, and one Ubuntu has the interface as a best feature. Okay, Red Hat has some other feature is the best feature. Okay, application building is the best feature. Okay, what they have done is this graduates, okay, they have taken the feedback from the users, okay, who are using the other distributions, and they have asked, okay, for suppose if I ask you what is the best feature of Instagram, you will say something, right? Okay, if I ask you what is the best feature of some other social media, okay, you will say some each application you will have a nice feature. Okay, you will say that I like the interface, I like the settings, I like the how I can edit the DP, okay, the changing it, okay, something, whatever the application has the best feature in it. Okay, now they also have got the feedback and reviewed it on the best distributions. What are the best features in the distributions, and copied those features and created their own distribution list. Okay, this Parrot OS is completely copied. Okay, or else you can take it as a taking a what do you say innovation from other people. Okay, taking the ideas from the other other Linux distributions and copied it to themselves. Okay, they take all the best features Okay, for suppose Apple has the best camera, okay, Android has the best processor. Okay, they copied all the best features of each one and they have created their own. Okay, that's how they have created this distributions. Okay, you can also create your own distribution. The answer is yes. Okay, you can create it, but now the Linux committee, okay, once you have to create it and you have to make it public. Okay, if you want to create it and you want to make it public, the Linux committee will review it, guys. Okay, previously, very long back, the Linux committee was not so strict. Okay, but now the Linux committee is so strict in such a way that they will not copy the plagiarism or something like that. Okay, you have to create your own things. Okay, if you want to create a new feature, you have to create it by yourself. Okay, this is how you have to be getting the data. Okay, now, and these are the things. And what else I can say you theoretically? That's it. Theoretically, this is the basic stuff which I can say to you in the Linux. Okay, let's jump into the little bit of practical, like how we will be using it and how we will be able to understand it, etc. Okay, before going forward to the, sorry, before going forward, does anyone have any questions? I can see some of who already opened the mic.
Sure, I do. So
Yeah, tell.
username in the sense, let's say in Windows we have admin, right? So in the same manner, these Linux operating systems have these respective usernames by
Yes,
default.
yes.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Yeah. And by default, when you say it will be two users, okay, one will be the root and another one will be the distribution. Now, in your case, when you say the admin, the word, okay, here in the Linux, we can call it the admin as a root user, not as a distribution user. Okay. You actually root user also cannot call as admin. Okay, actually the word admin has a different meanings in the Linux. Okay, we don't want to use that admin word here. That's why I have kept all the words here: root user, super user, and the pseudo user. Okay, but the permissions wise, okay, the admin permissions will be uh, compatible to this user, not to the distribution user. Understood, Safia?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. Any other questions, anyone? Okay, perfect. Now, let me jump into the thing. Okay, this is my cloud-based system of Linux operating system, cloud-based. Okay, I haven't installed the operating system in my laptop. Okay, I've just taken something called as a one of the feature which is there in the cloud, which is called as Amazon in the AWS, which is called as a workspace. Okay, I will tell you later on what is this and etc. For now, this is the Ubuntu operating system. Okay, this is the Ubuntu operating system. You can check it out. This is the Ubuntu distribution. Okay, this is the Ubuntu distribution. How it looks like in the sense, it looks like this. Okay, it's look like this interface and etc. Okay, in the same way, like how you have the Windows as the browser, inbuilt browser as a Microsoft Edge, we have the Firefox. Okay, and how the Windows Explorer, we have it like a files manager and everything. How the we have the command line interface for us, which is a command prompt. Okay, which is have a command prompt. Here it is having the terminal case. Okay, here you will have the terminal. Okay, you will in this way you will be able to enter the command lines. Okay, you will able to enter the commands. Okay, how we are able to run the commands in the Windows, you will be able to run the commands over here. And when it comes to the cloud, okay, whenever I use the word server, okay, whenever I want to use the server, or whenever I want to use the cloud machine, or whenever I want to use the word called as virtual machine, okay, everything has only this black screen, okay, which you are seeing it. You will not be able to see all this browsers, files, nothing, documents, libraries, nothing. You will be able to see only the black screen. Presently, I'm not inside the cloud. Okay, I have installed this Ubuntu distribution outside of the cloud. Okay, that's why you can able to see the graphical user interface. Whenever you see the graphics, okay, whenever you see the graphics, like you can see the icon of this Firefox, you can see the icons. Okay, that is with your naked eyes. Okay, that is considered as a graphical user interface. Okay, whenever you see this complete black screen, okay, that will be considered over here. That will be considered over here is called as command line interface. Okay, here just how I have shown you for the Windows operating system. This is the black screen, which we call it as a terminal. Okay, remember the word terminal. Okay, this terminal will be using it and will be running the few commands. Okay, perfect. Now, whenever you see the terminal, okay, the first thing you might be seeing this like this. Okay, or else you will be seeing. Let me write it down for you. Okay, you will be seeing here. Um, Presently, you are seeing my name. Okay, Shiva at the rate. Okay, Shiva at the rate. Some random number. Okay, some random number. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay. Okay. Okay, some random number. Now in the cloud, you might be seeing like this Ubuntu at the rate. Okay, Ubuntu at the rate IP 172.31.58.21. Okay, this is not a standard number, guys. Okay, this is just an IP number which I randomly entered it. Okay, you can enter like 100 also. I don't care. Okay, now what you have to learn. What is this? Okay, sorry. What is okay? What is this and what is this? Okay, you have to learn what on the black screen. These kind of two things, okay, will be visible. Okay, one is might be like this. Okay, another one might be like this. Okay, if it is in the cloud, it looks like this. If it is in your own system, it looks like this. Okay, what is this in the sense? I will explain you. The first thing which you are seeing before address, which is called as a username, guys. Okay, this is called as a username. Okay, username. Whenever I'm writing in my notes, okay, I will this is running notes which I will providing you at the end of the sessions. Okay, every day we will have a drive link that will be telling you by the management. Don't worry about it. Okay, every recordings and the running notes will be forwarded you by the management. Okay, now what I'm trying to say here, it is in my running notes, not only here in the along the next 2 months. Okay, whenever I use the complete caps word, okay, it means you can replace it whatever you need it. Okay, you can replace it. It means like a practice session. You can replace it. Okay, you will see in the next few minutes why I'm telling like that. Okay, now username at the rate. Okay, username at the rate address of the machine. Address of the machine. Okay, address of the machine. Okay, now it means, okay, it means now Shiva is the username. Okay, here in my system Shiva is the username, and this is the address of the machine, guys. Okay, now when it comes to the cloud, this is the username, Ubuntu is the username, and this is the address of the machine. Okay, what is the address of the machine? Okay, when you say address of the machine, in the sense that is IP address, guys. Okay, for suppose if I ask sorry, if you ask me what is my address. Okay, now my address is like, I will say some XYZ street, Hamburg, Germany. Okay, now if I ask you some other person, okay, they might be saying like some XYZ street, uh, um, Tokyo. Okay, something. Okay, whatever it may be. Now you are saying your address, okay, where you are presenting. But if you ask the system, okay, if you ask the system, hey system, what is your address, then it will be providing you the IP address. It will say that hey, this is my IP address. Okay, if you have seen in the movies, like I'm not remembering the movie name, but the robo, it will ask like, what is your address? It will say that I don't have any address. I have the IP address, which is like 122.3 dot something. It will say some random stuff. Okay, the IP address stuff. Okay, here also the same thing, guys. Okay, if you ask any system, what is your address, it will say that this is my IP address. Okay, the IP address is the address of the machine. Okay, now here whenever you see that whenever you open the terminal, okay, if it is your own terminal, it looks like this. If it is your cloud terminal, it will be the IP address and the username. Okay, this is the two things which you have to understand, okay, before jumping into it. Why? Because whatever you are saying it, at least you should have the knowledge. Okay, You should understand what you are trying to do it. Okay, you cannot say that no, I didn't learn that. Okay, never ever say in the interviews also, guys. Okay, this is one of the negative impact. Okay, if you say that I don't know, okay, don't use the word I don't know, never in the interview. Just say that I didn't explore it. Okay, if I get a chance, I will explore it. Okay, these are the other meaningful things which you can say than the negative comments. Okay, don't say that I don't know, or don't say that I didn't learn on this. Okay, just say that I didn't explore on this, or I didn't get a chance to explore on this. Okay, if you are listening the new tool, okay, for the first time. Okay, in the starting of this call, okay, Raj, I think so, Raj only. Okay, Raj has told that I am working on the database, and he used some word called as some different word which I never heard of it. Okay, that's why I was interested. Like, what is that? What you are doing on it? For because I know the databases like Postgres, MySQL. I'm myself as a MongoDB administrator certificate is there. Like I have done the certification of MongoDB, but I never heard of what he was saying it. Okay, that's why I asked him like, what is that? Okay, now here whenever you say that in the interviews also, never ever say that I don't know. You have to say that I didn't explore that. Okay, I didn't get a chance to explore that. Okay, if I get a chance, surely I will do it. Okay, like that. Now here whenever you see the something on the screen, okay, you have to learn on that because you are using that. Okay, if you are not using it, okay, then it's fine, but if you are using it, then it will be good to learn on it. Okay, now this is the user and address of the machine. Okay, the first, let's jump into the commands now. Okay, in the commands I will go a little bit of fast, not fast, intermediate. Okay, why? Because these are the basic commands where you will be using day to day, and you can use it as a practice, etc. If you already using, some of you are using the Mac OS, then it might be already day to day usage. If you are using the Linux already, then also it is day to day usage. Okay, but if you are seeing the Linux operating system for the first time, still it will be easy for you. It will not be a big deal. Okay, now let's jump into that. Okay, now for the first command, okay, if I ask, okay, now for the first command, I want to compare it like for suppose if I ask Raj. Okay, Raj, this is for suppose, imagine this is Raj system. Okay, sorry, this is my system, but it's in Raj hands. Okay, I asked him, Raj, can you please send me a file? Okay, which is needed immediately for me. Now I forgot the system in the room. Okay, now Raj opened my system. Okay, I told him the password, etc., etc. Okay, now I have to guide him. Okay, I have to guide him to the file which I have stored in a place. Okay, which he has to send me through the email. Okay, now I will tell to the Raj. Okay, first of all, go to the downloads. Okay, and then I will ask him, where are you standing right now? Okay, I will ask him, where are you right now? Now, when I ask this question, where are you right now? Then immediately Raj can say that, hey Shiva, I am in the downloads and security folder. Okay, when I open the system, immediately this Windows and security downloads and Windows security is popped up. Okay, I am in the Windows, sorry, I'm in the downloads. Inside the downloads, I'm in the security folder. Okay, this is how the Raj will say that. Okay, to let me know where he is standing right now. Okay, where he is standing right now. Then I can guide him. Then I can say that, oh, okay, you are in the right place. Go to the security documents, and in the security documents there is a DevOps data. Inside the DevOps data, send me that Ansible folder. Okay, I will be asking him, I will be guiding him, because in my mind I know where I have kept it. Okay, I will be guiding him first. To guide him, first I have to know where he is standing right now. Okay, where he is standing right now. Then in what do you say, in the graphical user interface. Okay, in the graphical user interface, you can see with your naked eyes that you are inside the security, because you know you are inside the security. You can see on the top, it shows that you are in the security folder and you can see all the documents and etc. Okay. But when it comes to the command line interface, okay, when it comes to the command line interface, you are not able to see anything, guys. Okay. There doesn't have any graphical interface. Okay. If you see here, this terminal doesn't have any graphical interface. This terminal will not even work for the cursor, guys. Okay. This cursor also will not even work or double click or anything. This is just for copy. Okay. Highlighting and the copy. Okay. The cursor also will not work. Okay. Now, when it comes to the command line interface, you will be able to see the black screen. You will not see any icons. Okay. Now, if I ask Raj, okay, if he's in the command line interface, okay, Raj, can you tell me where you are standing right now? Okay. Where you are standing right now. Can you please tell me? Then I can guide you where I have kept my file. Okay. Then the Raj, you have to enter the command which is called as PWD, guys. Okay. PWD in the sense present working directory. Okay. PWD in the sense present working directory. Okay. Present working directory. Okay. Present working directory. Okay. PWD. Okay. Where you are standing right now. Okay. Where you are standing right now in the sense, he will say that, hey, Shiva, I am standing in the right now of C Kanparthi. Okay. I am standing in the right now of /home/C Kanparthi. Okay. If Raj say this answer, then I can understand that, oh, he is in my one of the folder. Okay. In the same way, the Windows operating system also has it, like in the graphical user interface also. If you click on this here, you can see immediately users, Chaitanya, download, security. Okay. In this way, you will be able to easily identify the path. Okay. The path where he's standing right now. Okay. Raj either can tell the entire path. Okay. Or he can tell only the last path. Okay. The last name of the path, which is last folder of the path. Okay. He will be able to tell it, and I can able to understand that, oh, Raj is in that folder. Then I have to guide him to the downloads, then I have to guide him into the security, etc., etc. Okay. This is the first command, the basic command. And the next command, which I want to tell you is like not a command, the info, which is like in the Linux operating system. Okay. We call folder as directory, guys. Okay. Directory. Okay. Remember the word directory because further on, I will be using the word called as directory. And you have to understand the word called as directory. Directory is none other than folder. Okay. Now, if Raj says that, okay, Shiva, I have entered into the security, and I asked them, Raj, can you see any folders, any directories? Oh, sorry, any folders, because this is op Windows. Okay. He says that, yeah, Shiva, I'm able to see AWS security docs. Okay. Yeah, please, can you get into that? Okay. Then he will go inside it. Okay. Now, for the naked eye, he is able to see when he enter into the security, he is able to see the files. Okay. He's able to see the files. He's able to see the folders. He can differentiate between the files and the folders. Okay. He can differentiate between the files and the folders and etc. Okay. Now, how he will be doing it in the Linux operating system, which is having the command line interface. How we will be doing in the sense, the word called as ls, the command called as ls, guys. Okay. Not word, sorry, ls. Okay. If I enter the ls command, okay, it will be showing me, okay, it will be showing me the list of data, list of files. Okay. The file, the command which is called as ls. Okay. Ls is the command which shows the list of files. Okay. List of files or directories. Okay. Which are present in that particular working directory. Okay. Working directory. Okay. Now, what he tried to say is like, if I enter ls, it means inside this C Kanparthi, these are all the files and the directories which are present over here. Okay. Now, I want to stop here for that moment. Okay. Because I don't want to prolong more time, and because everyone has the time schedules. Okay. Now, I want to stop here for today. Okay. Tomorrow we'll continue it and we'll see a few basics and we'll go for the little bit advanced backups and permissions, file permissions, owner permissions, etc., etc. Okay. We'll go for that. Any questions on this until now?
Sir, I have one.
Yeah, please.
So the command ls does it differentiate between the folder and between the directories and the files?
I will tell you because the ls will list out all the directories and the files. Okay. If you want to differentiate it, there is another command. I will tell you that one. In that way, you will be able to differentiate it whether this is the file or this is the directory.
Okay, all right, sir. And sir, one more thing. You told that you'll be available right after the class to download to install the new the Linux operating system. So are you available today?
Tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll check on that. Tomorrow, after the session, we will have that. If you want to download, anyone are welcome to stay back, and you can share your screen. I will guide you to how to download it and how to run your in your systems.
Sure, sir. Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay. Any others? Okay. Perfect, guys. Thank you. Thank you for today. Let's continue from tomorrow. Have a nice day. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye.